Let me ask you a question. What's more expensive, hiring the wrong engineer or losing the top one because you just decided to ban AI from the coding interview process? Before I come back to this question, let me tell you a quick story. I recently spoke with someone who was responsible for the hiring process in their company. He said we banned any kind of AI, doesn't matter if it's ChatGPT or anything similar, from the coding interview because we don't want people to cheat. The same person told me 3 months later we had to fire 2 engineers that we recently hired after banning the AI from the interview process. Which means probation failed, rehire loop triggered, a lot of time and hundreds if not thousands of dollars was wasted. What happened in the end? Team morale was burned out. I was surprised and I asked the person, why did you make a decision to fire these engineers? The answer was simple. They found a way to cheat during interviews anyway. And I asked the same person, what happened to the candidates that tell you honestly that they are using AI to pass the interviews? The answer was, we rejected them automatically. So coming back to the beginning of my video, if your answer is yes, hiring the wrong candidate is much more expensive, congratulations, you just uncovered one of the top and biggest mistakes that currently happen in tech hiring process that cost companies hundreds, if not 10,000, $100,000 of dollars every single month. Here's the truth, banning AI does not stop cheaters. They will find a way to cheat anyway. They will find a way to cheat more aggressively, which results in hiring the wrong people over and over and over again. And then what you do, you have to fire these people during probation period because you realize that they are not actually really great candidates that you think they are. So let me tell you the truth. The problem here was never AI. The problem was your approach to hiring. Look, as I said, people who will want to cheat will find a way to cheat anyway. I mean, you can go to the TikTok and Instagram and find a lot of videos how they put iPhone to the monitor in order to pretend that they are not cheating during the screen sharing session. There are a lot of similar videos all over the internet.
And I have another question for you. How do you maintain a work-life balance and what specific methods do you use?
About this question, I think, maintain a life-work balance is super important to me, especially in today's.
In fact, it doesn't matter if it's AI, whispering thread, or just another device that's being used to Google the answer. The problem is the way of your hiring, and you can fix it with more surveillance. What I mean by surveillance, long story short, is by redesigning the completely tech hiring process and redesigning the tests. So how you get even started? Before you do something, it's really important to realize that AI is a part of our daily life today. So instead of fighting it and banning it, you should embrace it. If you want to see how candidates will operate on a daily basis, let them use AI openly. Give them the task in Jira or any other similar ticketing systems that you have and let them solve the problems by using AI. In fact, encourage them to use it and make sure that they use AI so you can check their prompt engineering skills. You can define which feature needs to be built in the ticket description, ask them to write a documentation, to write tests, and ask clarification questions if that's required. Then you can actually evaluate the candidates on the things that really matter on a daily basis. For example, did they prompt AI efficiently? Did they actually understand what they are doing or they just blindly following what AI returns to them? Did they leak the data? Yes, you can put something like API keys or pretending that you have something like company information, which is of course not the real information but fake data still, and you can check how this information is being used in the prompt. Does the code meet the standards that you have in your company? Does the code follow the best security principles? What documentation is actually written? Is the code clean and concise? These are just a couple of questions that help you to validate how a candidate is using AI on a daily basis and how he or she will use AI to solve your business requirements. Some of the companies already start to act in this direction, and I encourage you to follow this process as soon as possible. Here is what some companies are already figured out. 1. AI is not a cheat code. AI is actually a productivity multiplier if it's used right. 2. AI engineer with ChatGPT will be still bad engineer and will not be able to solve your business requirements. But a great engineer, they will solve your problems 10x faster. So avoiding prompt engineering skills checkup during the interviews, it actually damages your business today. You don't want to people who avoid AI. You want people who master AI. So what I mean by mastering it is that it's actually in your interest to hire candidates who has great prompt engineering skills, has also good foundation of software engineering, and also know the potential security issues that can happen if you don't use AI properly. That is 2025 DNA of every engineer. So here is what I would say to every VP, CTO, CEO, co-founder, or anyone who is responsible for tech hiring process. The smartest move you can take right now, shift your hiring criteria. Stop designing interview based on fear. Stop sharing guidelines that help interviewers to check and detect if the candidates use AI to cheat and to pass the interview. Start designing the tech hiring interview process based on reality. Don't filter AI tools during the interview process. And do not filter people who are using AI to solve your questions. Build with AI, but remember, build smarter. Think again why you are hiring people for your business. Do not forget, the best candidate is not the one who are just memorized random lead code or algorithm questions. The best candidates is actually the people who can come out there and solve your business problems today. Let me know what you think about this video in the comments. If you like the information, please subscribe, share and like this video. Thank you very much.